How's it going, everybody? Josh here from Spawn Flyfish, and we have an awesome one for you today. It's going to incorporate some spawn, some new elements that we have here in the shop, and we are really excited for it. If you got a clean desk, be prepared for it to be messy, and hold on. All right, in the vise, we have the Ahrex PR358 Bendback in size 6. So, really cool hook, great concept, several blogs on our website about it. And I got to thinking, how can I integrate it into a couple patterns that I really like, and this is going to be one. So, seen a lot of bait fish patterns with it, but we are going to do something a little bit different. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to work our thread back. We got some Danville 210 in olive. And then the next thing I'm going to do here is you can see I got just a strand of thread. I'm just going to tie that in. It'll all make sense here in a second. Try not to bulk up your thread. It is going to be important here. Alright, we got one, and we need one more here. That's two. Alrighty. So we got two strands of thread off. Come in here, just clean it up, just keep an even transition coming in, and work our way back down. Alright, so we don't want to get too crazy far in here, but just as it starts to curve up on this hook is where we're going to start. You know we had to do it. We've been showcasing these a lot. We got some bronze Mallard here. We are going to integrate this really cool feather into a bunch of stuff here now that we have a fantastic supply of really quality feather. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm looking for 3 strands that are going to make up the tail section here. So I'm just going to come in here near the top of the feather where there's a lot of dark contrast to it, and I'm going to get 3 of these fibers here. I only got 4. I'm just going to weasel that one separate. If you got a bodkin, you can do this. Alright, we got 3. What we're going to do here is we're going to just turn the vise here for a second. So you can see hopefully a little bit better. We're going to tie that onto the bottom. Alrighty, so we have the 3 fibers here. We're going to separate that one just a little bit. I can't get it. They are durable fibers, so bear with me here as I try to separate it. There we go. Alrighty. So we got 3 there. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up in between with each of these strands of thread. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull them apart and give it that really good look. What we don't want to do is pull hard. So just a light pull. All we're doing is looking for some separation here and give it that sort of 3-prong effect. Hopefully you can see that. There we go in the light there. That's what we want. That is going to be perfect. Alright. So now that we got that, we can trim that excess and then just bring everything down. Again, mindful of your thread ramps. We don't want a big bump anywhere. And there we have it. Tail section has begun. Next thing we're going to do here, we're going to take some wire. This is uni soft wire in bronze, I believe, brown in medium. So we're going to wrap to there. Just where it starts to straighten off is where that's going to end. Try not to push too far on those fibers at the end. And then our next concept that we're going to add here is some Saltwater Flashabou in holographic green. Same sort of concept here. Don't want to bump, so we're going all the way to where it flattens out. And work our way back. And then last but not least, we are going to take some vinyl rib in medium clear. And when you're adding these materials, make sure you give yourself enough of that material. You cannot go back and add this. You're going to want that segmentation, so really be mindful. It's okay if you just waste a little bit, and it'll make a big difference. Alrighty, last material here. Vinyl rib. Again, that's the same concept. We're really bulking up the butt of this fly, but in a relatively even manner is what we're going for here. So we have all three of those materials set. We have our tail done. Be mindful of our tail when we start to wrap these guys. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to take our Flashabou and we are going to start wrapping. You can do a little bit of super glue here if you'd like, just to really secure each wrap. It's not really going to go anywhere. These are very much touching wraps or overlapping wraps. We want that green to really shine through. Alrighty, we're here. So far, so good. Alright. Got a little carried away there on the order of things, but that is okay. Next thing we're going to do here, before we wrap our other materials, is we are going to add some eyes. So we want these on the top here, so we're going to turn our vise over, really lock it into place. We're going to take these, just these plastic eyes here from Hairline. Just added these to the website, come in a handful of colors. We're going to lock these in. Make sure they're not going anywhere, but again, being mindful of the amount of thread. Alright, great. Next thing we're going to do here, before we move back to finishing our wraps, is we're going to take some Marabou here. This is some foiling meal Marabou in mint, and it is a pretty cool color. So we don't need a lot. That'll definitely do it. Maybe honestly a little bit less. So be mindful of that. Don't need a ton here. That'll do it right there. And we're going to set that aside. And then we are going to go back to our bronze mallard we took from the top. So we want this like middle section here. See that? I've been separating some of the fibers. So we want a big old chunk of that. So what we're going to do here is get that in our hand, come in with our scissors, and trim that down. So we got all this bronze mallard. Alright, what we're going to do, we're going to take it right there and just get a little tie and then just look back for the wing on how this is going to sit. So we want to add, I'll take a little more off of this. That'll do it right there. Trim that out. And this is why I said I did the wrong step first. Historically, you'd wrap that with that Flashabou, but we'll make this work. Every now and then I get a little excited on camera. Alright, I'm going to come in front here. Just make sure that it's going to be what I want. Okay, perfect. Then I'm going to come in with that Mint Marabou. And I'm going to want it roughly the same size. But I am going to pluck this Marabou once it's in position. So be wary of that. Alrighty. And it's tied in. Very gently, super simple. Again, trim that out. Be mindful not to mess with the Flashabou if you tied it in the order I'm tying it in, which you likely are if you're watching the tying tutorial. The next one you can tie, bring that Flashabou up last. Alrighty, so we have the good distance that we want, so we're going to redo that step that we just undid. And we are going to finish that. Try and keep that. You want the bronze mallard to sit on top. So when we bring this back, it'll look like that. Perfect. Alrighty. Let's get back to wrapping some materials here. Alright. Next thing we're going to do here is we're going to take our vinyl rib. We want that flat side to lay. So we're just going to make sure that that's going to work. Yahtzee right there without pushing those tail fibers. There we go. Perfect. And we're just going to touching wraps. Really nice segmented body look. That Flashabou is going to shine through. It's going to look really, really buggy. Bring it right to where that straight section of the hook starts. And we're going to tie it off. Alrighty. Now we are going to take our wire. Again, still be mindful of your tail fibers here. Like I said, they have some good strength to them. Been really happy with that. Bring that wire down. And just get it to loosely slide into that segmentation. And this is really going to make that body pop. Take your time on this. If you got to unwrap it, I'm going to check it here in a second. Oh, horrible on your side. Look good on mine, horrible on yours. So we're going to redo that. And that's why we check. There we go. There we go. Just not wanting to get over that hump. But we will make it work. There we go. Don't need to wrap this tight. You'll see here in a second. There we go. Should look really nice and clean on your end. Like I said, it's not a problem if you got to redo it. It looked good on one side, horrible on the other. So just unraveled and then redid it. Make sure it looks nice and clean for you guys. Alrighty. So we got the tail section done here. We got most of the body done. We got a few more elements here that we are going to do. So can't be a fly that we tie without a little spawn element to it. Always trying to bring us into these patterns. We have some spawn Simi seal here in Blueberry Damsel. Absolutely phenomenal blend here. And what we did is I took a little bit of this Marabou, just ripped it up and added to the Simi seal. Not a lot. I just want a little bit of a smooth transition into that. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just dubbing the thread. So you can see like so. Don't need a lot right this second. I'm going to add more. I'm just going to come in and dub this up. Alrighty. Like I said, you don't need a ton right now. We are going to add some more, but the next thing we're going to do, we're going back to some bronze mallard here, and we are going to add 3 legs to each side. So what we're going to do here is we're going to come in, snip some off, come in and separate these fibers. One, two, three. That's what we want. So as you can see here, we got 3 individuals like so. We're going to tie those across as legs. One wrap across, one wrap in front. It's just going to stick them out on the side a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. We'll bring them down here with the next dubbing. So we got 3 on that side. And we will add 3 on the other side here. Same strategy. Crossed. That's a little long. Should be able to pull them just a teeny bit. Alrighty, I got the across. Now I'm going straight over the top. It's going to bring them down to the side. You want them to come just behind those eyes. Take your time here. Get them in a good spot. Before you got to trim off that excess. We do want them on the side though. This one's a little bit on the top, so we're going to bring that down. Perfect. Alright, we'll get in there with our scissors. We'll trim out that excess bronze mallard. And then we will create another dubbing noodle here. A little more. Spawn Simi seal. Same exact combo, that Blueberry Damsel with a little bit of that Mint Marabou. Just blend it into it. Don't need a lot of this stuff. Alrighty, we're going to go in front and we're going to go behind. It's going to bring those legs forward. Front, bring those legs forward, behind. So you can see those really stick out to the side there. A little more dubbing here. Those legs separate. If you need to, you can put a thread wrap in between each of them. keep that front off. We're almost done with this. Bear with me. Another dub in front. And that's the last one. Doesn't like that last one, so don't force it. There you go. Alright, and we are going to then take both the Mallard and the Marabou. We're going to bring that back. Just to check, what we're first going to do is we're going to bring that thread and wrap just one wrap behind the eyes here. Now we're going to bring that back. Now we're happy with it. Keeping that bronze Mallard on the top. One wrap, two wraps. I'm going to turn this so you guys can see that. Keeping that bronze Mallard. Don't be too worried about those stuck together. Those will come apart here with the bodkin. And once we've done that, we are looking pretty good so far. Got that one eye bent a little weird, but some of these got some weird eyes. Alright, next thing we're going to do here is we're going to come in with our whip finish, and we're going right behind the eye, right on top of the bronze Mallard. 2, 3. Two, 3. Alright, we will trim that off. And then they don't have long wing casings here, so what we're going to do, we're going to take this and just a little pinch. Fluff it out a little bit, and there you have it. Pretty cool little fly. Pretty stoked on it. It's going to be a good one. Come in here with a brush afterwards, brush it all out, and be sure to bring this with you the next time you hit the water. We hope you guys liked it. If you did, hit like, hit subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.